everyone, welcome back to Connor Takes Off. So join me today in the incredibly beautiful County Donegal. So we will be kicking off this trip report in London, connecting through Dublin and ending here at the incredible Donegal airport, which is about a 30-second walk from this stunningly beautiful beach. So this is argued as the most scenic approach on earth, and I have to say, having just arrived, I am 110% convinced that that is true. So thrilled to have you with me on the journey today. See you soon. Today's trip report kicks off in beautiful Dublin, Ireland. I travelled over the night before from London. I decided that the first leg of this trip was worthy of its own standalone video. Yesterday's flight had been on an Aer Lingus airspace fare, which is ultimately the airline's parity product to European business class. This trip report is already live on my channel. I've added a link above, be sure to check this out. As Aer Lingus use long-haul aircraft on this route, you can indeed access a fully flat bed for this 1 hour flight, which is insane. Now, back to Dublin for my Donegal leg. Aer Lingus and its regional counterpart Emerald Airlines currently operate out of the relatively new and pretty slick, I might add, Terminal 2. This terminal was opened in 2010 at a cost of €600 million and acts as an international hub connecting the Republic of Ireland with the rest of the world. The thriving Irish economy has been one of the driving forces in such enormous recent investment into its infrastructure, with Ireland having a staggeringly high performing economic output. In 2024, Ireland recorded the second strongest GDP per capita in Europe, second only to Luxembourg. Being an Irish citizen, in case you couldn't tell, this is a figure that never ceases to blow me away.
Hi guys, welcome back to Dublin Airport Terminal 2. So join me on the second leg of my Irish adventure across to County Donegal. So we'll be travelling on Emerald Airways or Emerald Airlines. You need to double check which it is, which is a subsidiary of that of Aer Lingus, which operates their regional routes. So we'll be travelling on an ATR 72, I believe, today, which is a small propeller plane. But yeah, super excited to give this a go. So all that's left to do now is to head up to security. See you soon.
Stunning architecture combined with Irish kindness, warmth and hospitality make travelling through Terminal 2 an absolute dream. As you can see here, Aer Lingus's check-in is all hosted on the one floor to the far right of the terminal. Aer Lingus Regional or Emerald Airlines is a pretty fascinating setup, travelling to some of the most intriguing Irish destinations up and down the country. The airline operates a fleet of 18 ATR aircraft to over 14 destinations, one of which being that of Donegal, voted as being the most scenic approach on earth, which I am hopefully about to prove. This flight operates as a government-funded PSO, or Public Service Operation, meaning that it is wholly funded by the Irish government, giving local communities living in remote and rural areas access to vital lifelines through larger cities, most notably for medical support and particularly for cancer treatment. Here was our ride for the day, with this aircraft being named after Saint Colgan. Christianity remains of such enormous cultural significance still in Ireland. Did you know that every Christmas Day for the last 76 years, a Catholic priest takes a chalice of holy water onto the airfield in Dublin Airport and blesses every aircraft? That is fascinating. Compared to the usual glamour, luxury and sophistication to which I am accustomed on this channel, this interior is somewhat of a steep transition. Today we taxied out to depart via Dublin Airport's new runway 10 left, open to meet the extraordinary demand for air travel into and out of Ireland. The Irish Aviation Authority have recently imposed passenger caps in an attempt to stem such enormous air travel demand. Once airborne, surprisingly, for a flight of this length, service was indeed offered. I ordered this black coffee, which unfortunately wasn't served very warm at all. I think I was the only person on this flight to order anything. In what felt like a grand total of 30 seconds in the sky, we were already shaping up for final approach into the lovely Donegal. I found the shift in landscape to be so stark from where we had just departed. As mentioned previously, Donegal Airport was awarded Most Scenic Approach on Earth 3 years in a row, topping other competing airports within the category in places such as Bora Bora, St. Martin and many others. As you should now start to see, the combination of the rugged coastline combined with the beautiful dark Atlantic waters make this such a special approach. This landscape remains relatively untouched, and being hours from the nearest large city, you would be forgiven for thinking that you had landed on another planet. In the far distance, you should now be able to see Gola Island, a remote Irish island with a population of, wait for it, 15. As if mainland Donegal wasn't remote enough. I'm going to stop talking now and let the beautiful approach speak for itself. Is it just me, or is it kind of giving the Maldives? Well, what did you think? Such a special approach. Donegal Airport is one of the most unique airports I have ever flown into, with no more than 2 to 3 flights per day, serving 2 destinations only, Dublin and Glasgow. The terminal itself is intimate and charming, hosting a small cafe and 1 or 2 car rental desks. There's a real sense of excitement from people waiting here in arrivals. I can't quite explain it. It all feels so wholesome and pure.
So we have arrived into beautiful Donegal. Absolutely thrilled to be here. That approach was just incredible. So yeah, awesome. So happy.
With the arriving flight turning around very quickly, the buzz in the airport dissipates almost immediately, leaving a spooky sense of quiet and calm. There seems to be a real sense of pride from the local people of Donegal surrounding this airport, and why wouldn't they be proud? This airport is so efficient and well run. The apron here in Donegal is neatly nestled onto the dunes of Carrickfinn beach, situated on Ireland's wild Atlantic west coast. There was no way that I wasn't going to take the opportunity to pop down onto the dunes to see this incredibly beautiful beach. I took a walk through the dunes to show the proximity of the runway to the beach itself. I'd say it's no more than about 100 meters max. You'll see here when the camera pans around just how close we are to the windsock. This angle absolutely blows my mind. Carrickfinn, in my opinion, has to be one of the most beautiful beaches in Ireland and beyond. The white powdery sand and turquoise water makes it such an incredible sight. As you can see, I was evidently chuffed to be here. Back up onto the dunes, the flight that I had recently arrived on was now turned around and ready for departure back to Dublin. This would be the last arrival or departure for the remainder of the day. There is something both intriguing and a little spooky about this for me. I can't quite explain why. Having come this far, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to explore some of the area surrounding the airport. It's hard to believe just how remote the scenery is. The surrounding landscape is truly dominated by the beautiful Mount Errigal, or An Errigal in Irish, the tallest mountain in Donegal. There is something so grand and ominous about its presence here. It was now, sadly, already time for me to head back north in the direction of home. I didn't want to leave. What a joy this trip had been. Donegal, you truly are worthy of your title as world's most scenic approach. Don't forget to like and subscribe.